Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. My name is Jacob Connors, author of Saint Saga: The Black Beast, and today I want to talk about the character fate design of one of my protagonists, Hazel Spree. I don't quite remember where I got the name Hazel from, but I know I took Spree from Graf Spree, the pocket battleship of Germany. There's plenty of interesting videos about that, but let's get started with Phase 1 Hazel, and I'll just kind of go through what initially inspired me, and we'll go down the line. Start the Phase 1 Hazel here. I'm not quite all sure what inspired her design. I know from the very beginning I wanted her to have these twin braids, one in the back, one in front, and that's just how that design just kind of stuck with me. I just ended up really liking the style. I think I was going for something sort of like on Little House on the Prairie. And yeah, up here we have this wavy circuit crown that's partly inspired by something from Dragon Quest. I'm not sure they ever exactly had this design, but that's just kind of what I made at random here. And I had these crosses in the beginning because it was going to be a different religious theme, but that gets a little bit moved. That changes a little bit as the story as the story went on. Sorry, I was messing on the phone there. I got junk mail. Well, moving down to her tunic. I just loved this tunic design. I like the idea of it, basically, the sleeveless tunic design. It's supposed to kind of be like a short dress or a shorty, but it's supposed to be sporty. For some reason, I had put this, kind of like this flap on it, and I'm not exactly sure what I was doing here. If I was going to do in this middle torso, under at least her chest, I'm not exactly sure what I was doing there, but we got not exactly sure what the inspiration for that design was. It was probably just something random I did there. But you can see my attempts at doing folds, which actually these aren't too bad, but I'm definitely not the greatest at these. At the center here, I gave her this really weird overlapping gun belt with equipment pouches here. And I really liked it. This was supposed to be this was supposed to be kind of like a standard issue design with some customization, but and I definitely wanted to. I added this flintlock pistol in the beginning. That gets changed later. But overall, I was definitely going for a gunslinger kind of late colonial age in the beginning here. And as you can see on our arms here, I had these kind of armored sleeve things, like like you have this little shield here, little shield there, the spiked gauntlet thing. Originally I was going for a very edgy design, so that gets removed fairly quickly. But overall I liked it. And then we have her kind of warding staff here. This stays the same throughout the process, actually. I felt very inspired by that, I guess, but we'll keep moving down here. Move down to her shorts. I honestly don't know why I chose these shorts combined with these boots. These were just kind of proof of concept boots. I think I had John High Elf Archer from Goblin Slayer recently, and I think I literally just plucked those from that design and put them on here. And these boots are just god awful. So this all gets her lower half and arms gets changed quite a bit moving forward here. But I find that interesting in itself. So, and we'll move on to Hazel Phase 2, which is honestly a lot more definitive version of Hazel. You can see we gave her some color this time. The first one was I was definitely going for like a manga design. I think I was designing her for a comic. But here we changed it up. I revamped the sleeves here. I got rid of the armor, and I placed them with these kind of arm sleeve things, which I'm not sure why I like them, but I do. I just like the look of them. I don't know why I just don't give her sleeves, but I just like the look of it, I guess. But we redesigned the upper crown here. I gave it a little more simplistic of a design, kind of like an upbend TA in a regular circuit. The tunic went through a bigger change than I thought. I gave her a wider collar here. Her back braid goes into underneath her shirt for some reason. I did not notice that. I didn't notice that for quite a while, to be honest. Let's remove that. I don't know why I kept that on there. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Okay. I was trying to put some of the shading back on so she'd look better. Yeah. Yeah. But so at this time I was trying to do some different shading stuff, but you can see how my efforts went. That's maybe why I had them off. We'll just do that. Sorry to off track like that. I added this basically this blue Crusader cost, and I kept the X belt a little bit. I added the sword. Originally in this picture, the staff is on her back, but I changed it I removed it just for these purposes here. I have this chest holster on her now with basically twin ball and cap pistols, so the age has moved up a little bit. It's closer to basically pre-Civil War era for us, although that's not the time frame I'm going with here for the story, but that's just the best equivalent I have. I kept this line flap in her design, which I'm not sure why, but I just liked it. It's kind of reminiscence of the welding capes I used to wear, which is why I think I like the design. If you don't know welding capes, they can kind of split open the top and they have an apron. I don't know why I'm going into this. I gave her the sword for some reason, and that gets removed in the next few phases, and you can kind of see my attempts at doing folds again. I am not great at it. I redesigned the shorts completely, turned them into tights, and these boots end up being one of my favorite designs. That we'll just zoom in here on them. The thing I really like with these boots is just these little spikes at the bottom here, and it's supposed to be kind of a practical design because in the story Hazel's fighting a lot of demon beast things, and these could be used to maybe stop one from chewing off your leg. But you can see compared to the old boots how shit the old boots were to something a little bit more practical and just a little more streamlined. Oops, I did not mean to move her. Sorry about that. Okay, and now we will move on to Hazel Phase 3. I'll move Phase 2 back up a little bit here, just so I'm trying to keep them all the same height, but I'll just have a side-by-side of Hazel Phase 3. And this is technically Phase 3 is from an earlier part in the story for Hazel, but at this point in time, after I had an official commission made based off of Phase 2, I took some of the inspirations from that artist and I incorporated them into the new design for Hazel. So you can see her hair is a little different now, and her braid definitely got an upgrade. But that same line in the uniform stays there. So I think my plan is it's going to be removable. We obviously can see just because of the different angle here, but upgraded the guns a little bit, and I actually put bullets in her waist belt here a little bit. Everything got flipped to the side. I don't know if that's because I forgot I do it the other way or what, but whatever. Didn't get better at doing folds on skirts, unfortunately. Did get better at doing eyes though. I like the upgrade in her eyes. I like how spunky she looks. Like that sporty look you see in a lot of anime. That's kind of what I was going for. I do regret not changing this hand. It either should have been double fist, or it should have been like this one, like a right hand. That's kind of fingers are spread out, but we'll just ignore that. Her tights are a little more blue in this version, and so the boots also changed a little bit of color too, but they kind of stay the same. I just took the time to finally redraw them a little bit at different angles. But that's phase 2, Hazel, and then we'll jump to some bonus material here. Oops, I am pressing the wrong button. And we will jump to Feral Hazel. This design is actually older than phase 3. This was this was based off of phase 2 actually. We get kind of this ear-like hair motion with her, whatever eyes changes color. I really think this is one of the better tunics I made though. You definitely see the sharpness of that line. It really makes it feel like this collar and stuff is removable. Which maybe to make more sense, it should go down both sides, but we won't worry about that. You can see her sleeves from phase 2 are here, and that they explode. There's a little different bit of color in here. You know, there's the gold in the tights are torn up here. You know, so one of the things I realized later on is when I look how big her hands got after transforming here. You know, her feet should probably make her boots explode, but I didn't want to draw that, so I didn't. But overall, I really liked it. I feel like it's ironic that I feel like I did a little bit better on the folds here in Feral, which is actually older than the phase 3 Hazel design here. Her hair, you can definitely see her hair got a little longer here. That was kind of a stylistic choice, but in the volume this happens, I'll definitely have a reason explain why her hair is longer. But I also just wanted to draw her longer hair too. I think this one would probably go down past her rear, but anyways, we'll keep moving on here. This is Villager Hazel, or Hazel as she appears in the beginning of the story. In the beginning of the story, I have her wear her braids in front of her, so they cover her torso here a little bit. Her dress here, I'll admit, isn't very inspired because I just kind of took a lot of elements from other female characters. Like these sleeves are from Leica. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. I just literally like those sleeves, but you know, obviously for official reasons, you can't just take those. But just for a proof of concept, I liked them. Her hands over here because the original picture had her hand on a fence post, but that's irrelevant right now, I guess. For some reason, her expression is a lot more somber than it should be. I don't know why. This vest here, I'm not 100% sure. I got the idea for the vest, but I ended up really liking it. This I know I took from, I believe I took that from Fate Grand Order, the Fate Grand Order manga, where Jeanne d'Arc is offered French villager clothes. I really just like that sash design, but it's one of those things I know I can't use it going forward. But just as a concept, I liked it. Then we got her skirt. You can see how crap I was at skirts here. And also proportions, because her feet are way too small. But, yeah, so it's a little bit of a mess. But that was kind of the concept for her early dress. But recently, I made a better version. So here, basing off of the phase 3, I just reused the base for phase 3 and redrew her clothes. I took this kind of open shoulder design. I think that's partly inspired from Fina from Kuma Kuma Bear, I think. But I like the design because I reduced her sleeve length because this is supposed to be like her worker's dress. And then her boots here, you can see these. I wasn't quite inspired enough just to draw her new boots, so I just kind of took the old ones and just took the spikes off. But tried to put a little dramatic flair in her skirt there, although I had some help with that one. I did add the second braid here to the front like it usually was. I actually liked how it turned out a little bit. I was trying a little bit of experimenting with the shading. I don't really think I succeeded, to be honest. I've done better in the past. And then finally we'll get to the official volume 2 design of Hazel. This was drawn by Deku Studio on ArtStation for me, and I really liked how it turned out. You know, she definitely has a more dynamic pose. You can see the very big difference from my style. But I like how sporty they made it look. You know, I told them not to draw on the equipment because this is basically the very first time Hazel gets this dress from Mother Lynn in the story. So his entire outfit is actually borrowed from another character. And they did, the boots still have the spikes, but this entire thing was based off of Volume 2 or Phase 2 Hazel. And this is her official Volume 2 design, or her official design going forward. But you can see kind of this little peak in her hair. I add that to Phase 3. And I definitely try to make her... I always wanted to upgrade her braids because since Phase 2... Actually, since Phase 1, the braid has stayed pretty much the same. I was kind of just copying and pasting it. And then finally I came up with a new design. And that's what we have right now. Officially, I think Hazel stands about 5'2", 5'4". So I think that's average height for a girl. But her age, I think, canonically, I think she's about 15 at the beginning of the story. I have to check my notes on that one. But that's the phases of Hazel's character design. You can see how we go from the Phase 1, kind of the amalgamation of a whole bunch of designs. Gets a little more refined in Phase 2. And actually, Phase 2 is supposed to be kind of like her final design after she acquires all of her equipment, but that's kind of changing as time goes on here. Then we got the Phase 3 design, which combines the Deku Studio design with the old design, and honestly, it turns out a lot cleaner. We got the Feral Hazel design, which if you read the story, you'll find out Hazel is cursed and she's in danger of becoming a demon. A very wolf-like demon, I guess you could say. But I encourage you to go look it up on Amazon if you're interested. And then we have our villager designs, which I definitely like the second attempt at villager Hazel. But that's all for now. Check out my book, Saint Saga the Black Beast, on Amazon if you want to support me, and you can see you can see more of my art at DeviantArt.com under Fox Gear Studios. I should have had that up. Damn it! I'll just write that now. Yeah. So if you want to follow me. Oops, I am not spelling shit. At Fox Gear Studios, DeviantArt, and other sites. I try to keep everything the same now, and I hope you have a good day, and see you next time where I can just put my... I'll see you next time if I decide to do this again, if I just, see if I get any better at this YouTube stuff. Alright.